welcome to Lags, Libations, and Lost Saves. I am your guest host, and I'm going to be a guest too. Daddy Porter. This is on Daddy Porter's Network. We do this every second Wednesday of every month, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. Tonight, we're going to have news, all kinds of news. We're going to have a roundtable specifically dedicated to Overwatch 2 and everything that's been going on with that. We have Slothy will chime in on Overwatch 2. We're going to have a live conversation with my friend Doug Ziegler about Halo series. And we're all going to wrap it up in a nice little bow at the end. So let's start right now.
Well, hello. Bye. I'm a guest. I'm a host. He doesn't know. Yeah. He's a man of many talents.
If he's a guest, then what are we? Like, are we the guest of the guest? Or like, what's going on here? Yeah.
I have no idea. Well said, Zach. I'm not just a client. I'm also the president. How are you, Rod? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you again.
Cheers. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Hump day.
Hump day. All right, so let's get into some stuff because
let's get into it.
First up, Overwatch. You may have heard of this game. Overwatch 2, may have heard of it, and the issues. And oh boy, was this a rough rollout. So Blizzard's Overwatch 2 released last week and was plagued with issues from the get-go. Massive queues were first to hit the scene. Some of our own contributors found themselves stuck in a queue loop, going from next in line all the way back to, just like 20,000 people ahead of them. Along with that, just the extensive long queues, Blizzard found themselves under a DDoS attack a few times since the launch of it, which definitely led to players being subjected to, maintenance. People excited, waiting to get into play. Hey, you want to wait to play? Too bad. Things are down. We need to do more maintenance. Not to even speak of other bugs that they found actually within the game. And we know that there's game testers to sort these things out, but it still makes you wonder if they launched this despite these problems, or, instead of like staving off and maybe trying to fix things before getting back in. Who knows? But at least with that, Blizzard's going to try and win some favor back with the players. So they were offering free skins, some weapon bling, and a bonus XP weekend. It really doesn't seem like it's going to fly with some players. As one pointed out, what's the point of double match XP when you got rid of account levels? And another stated, Reaper skin is nice, but that doesn't make up for how predatory your item shop is. No one's paying $20 for a skin. So time's really going to tell while Blizzard attempts to do some damage control on multiple fronts. And I know it's like watching through the list. Did you get a chance to get in and try to play a bit?
Yeah, so Overwatch 2, we'll get to a lot more, I know, but I felt like I've been teased like that since 10th grade, So
yeah. Hey, you want to play? You want a little bit? Oh no, I got to go home. It's getting late.
Yeah, get this damn bra strap off. Anyway,
need to learn the clasp.
Right. I wasn't to the one-hand bandit level yet.
Yes,
it was frustrating. It was definitely some issues there, and of course, Activision, Blizzard. Whole bunch of bevy of things we can talk about them with issues they had on their other stuff over in the Warzone side of things. So I don't know what's going on with them. They're just in a state of flux. And as we mentioned before we did the show here, notes out there, their chief compliance officer steps down. I'm like, that's the person that's supposed to make sure shit goes right. Where are they going?
They're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Fuck
right. But as far as now, the gameplay is pretty decent. Played a little bit before we came on tonight with my buddies and just got right on in. And went from that tease stage to like, yeah, I guess everybody's been here. So, you know.
Oh, that's Marcy. We all know her.
Yeah.
What's up, girl?
That scene of Porky's. Okay, it's your turn. So anyway, and I like the play of it. So I think it's pretty decent that it's now up and rolling. But yeah, definitely out of the gate, much issues there. And you have to wonder about the planning they actually do. And of course they say, well, it was the beta we brought it up. Yeah, but you should have. If you just said it was the alpha, that's one thing. But the beta, you expect to have a little bit more where you're almost where you should be at. And
right.
What are you gonna do? So
yeah. All right. I don't need to take too much of your insight away because that's what the roundtable's coming for. You're jam packed, full of the Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
We'll be watching Overwatch.
We may have feats of strength take place. We don't know. It turns into Festivus all of a sudden.
Oh shit. Yeah. Next up, we did get a trailer for the new Super Mario movie. So that's going to be coming out April 7th from Nintendo, obviously, and Illumination Studios. The movie has a star-studded cast of voice actors such as Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black, and Keegan-Michael Key, just to name a few. Though I will say there is a bit of a pushback on the selection of Pratt to voice Mario and how, well, he just sounds like Chris Pratt. I mean, you can tell he really went into the method acting to sound exactly like himself while playing such an iconic character. So, I may be a little kind of biased on that one, but hey, to each their own. But I don't think I'm alone on that.
I don't think you are. He's no Mario. Yeah, he's pretty bad from the stuff I've been reading about. Now, I saw the trailer, but I haven't watched it fully with the sound on. I was like watching at work and I just had it down and had some pretty neat artistic do, but I felt like I should be doing some shrooms at one point watching that trailer.
I know.
A little trippy in there.
Exactly. Where did all these other mushrooms come from? I just hate those. You know what? That may not be a bad idea.
So I'm thinking if you would have a really good time, just get yourself a little stuff and sit back and enjoy it. Doesn't have to be the shrooms, could be other type of items out there. Check with your state guidelines, make sure it's legal.
Yes, of course, yes.
No illegal activity.
Yeah, no, we do not promote illegal activity at all.
Not at all.
Not whatsoever. So it still looks like it could be a fun movie. There is one travesty that cannot be missed. I don't know how people are going to feel about this, but look what they did to my boy.
Oh, man.
Do you see that? How the hell is he supposed to triple jump his way into heroism with no damn glutes? It's nothing. It's flat. Like, look at that. Do you see which hand here? This can jump. What does this do? It doesn't even fill out the overalls. Not that I'm promoting anything, but come on,
he's got that Nacetal disease.
No acetol. Oh shit! But hey, you never know.
I mean, Mario at this point, he's got to be in Depends, so
he's got
to be cutting down. So,
a little bit. You can only slam on block so much. Yeah,
do some squats.
Yeah, exactly. Don't shit your pants. That's a bad look.
Don't do that.
No, but I mean, hey, the internet spoke out, and we got Sonic changed. So hey, we can do it again if we try hard enough. Though I will say, myself and other fans will be happy to know that the original voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, will be making surprise cameos throughout the film. It's just as untitled cameos, so he's just going to be in. So this will be quite different from the other Super Mario Brothers movie, which was interesting to say the least.
Isn't that the one with Leguizamo and who's the other guy that did Luigi?
Leguizamo
was Luigi. He was Mario. Mario was
I'm trying to forget. I'm not trying to forget. I want to remember. Yeah, I can't.
Was it the guy from Roger Rabbit?
I don't know.
It wasn't that guy. The guy was the cop on Roger Rabbit, was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, all right, I'm going to have to look this up.
I'm stumped.
When I show up again, I will have a name for you. So we'll at least go with
Bob Hoskins. It was the guy from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, good looking out. We appreciate that. So next up on our list, we have some Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. So we could say that we all saw this coming. So last month, there was quite a leak of the new installment of the Grand Theft Auto series. An hour-long video showed development footage along with source code and screenshots leaked by a UK teenager who led a cyber attack of Rockstar, like on Rockstar Games, which, while reading and looking through, he's been arrested. So good luck. That a juggernaut that has a bunch of money like that, yeah, they're going to have some good lawyers.
Maybe he thought he was playing Watch Dogs. I mean,
Yeah, maybe. You're a little confused, bud. You're a little off. Oh man. But at least with, I'm sure we got more than what Rockstar would have liked us to, but we did get a look at some new protagonists as well as possibly Vice City being the location. So actually with this led into more people dissecting the information and possibly even getting an idea of the map size. And like they were using like coordinates in conjunction with something else and found it's fucking massive if their theories are correct, because it's still being what's that?
The good size of a map is going to be massive.
Yeah.
It's all about the size.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No motion of the ocean in this. Just like straight thick mass. Oh shit!
It's all about the width. It's all about the width of the map.
Yeah, it's all about how girthy is your island.
But it's funny you mentioned Vice City too, because next week one of the PlayStation Extra Premium games getting released onto the Plus platform is the old Vice City from
Oh really?
Auto. Yeah. So that's one of the new ones, because they're coming out like 20-something games, and a ton of them like new. I don't even know how many Assassin's Creed games are out there, but now they got more coming out from like freaking Assassin's Creed India, Assassin's Creed China, Assassin's Creed North Korea. I don't even know. It's just all over the world. Like, so if I show up next month in an assassin outfit, you know what game I've been playing.
I loved Vice City. That was actually probably one of my favorite ones. And plus, you had Ray Liotta as the voice of what was his name? Tommy Vercetti.
R.I.P. to Ray Liotta.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Yeah.
All his life, all he wanted to do was be a gangster.
Yeah,
all he wanted.
That's what he did.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
But next Thursday that drops. So for people that are interested,
be on the lookout, peoples. Yeah. So at least with that, hopefully, with the leak, or at least something, we start to get some sort of official announcements from Rockstar and some reveals, so we can start to solidify some of the buzz around GTA 6.
Yeah.
So
I can't be too mad. It's been fucking decades, like trying to get this damn game out.
Right? Like, I get being pissed. It's not supposed to be out there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've been making how many billions of dollars off of Grand Theft Auto 5 for how long?
Yeah.
So it's you're going to be okay, Rockstar. People are going to buy this shit anyway. Get out of here. So another cool thing is actually Sony announced that they will be releasing a brand new PS5 controller called the DualSense Edge. How edgy. Ooh. So even though they haven't given us a release date nor price, they are coming in hot with some of the controller's features. So first being is changeable sticks. So there's actually going to be 3 different type of stick caps. You're going to have your standard, which is pretty much what you see, like the regular ones we all know and get used to. And they're also going to have a high dome and a low dome. So it's going to be a little interesting to see, kind of get feelings. But this is going to give different levels of stability and grip, so players can try configurations to find what they like best. And we're all going to know that one person, or there's going to be the kid that's like, I like the standard stick on my left one for when I'm moving around, and I like the high dome on the right so I can control my camera better.
I feel like there's so many stick jokes running around in my head right now. I don't even know where to begin with the stick and the size of the knob.
The size of the knob. Is it a high dome?
Grip? Yeah.
Standard? Is it a grower? Is it a shower? It's like
the non-slip version. Yeah.
It actually comes with the protective cover from the Cheeto dust, so that way you got
You gotta protect that stick.
Exactly, that's what it's about. Hey, no glove, no love. Remember that, kids. So also they're going to offer customizable controls. So not only are you going to be able to remap the inputs themselves, but you can actually deactivate buttons altogether. So if you're playing like certain games where maybe you just keep accidentally hitting a button that does, just some random command, you can reprogram it to something else, or you can just say, fuck it, I don't want it anyway, and just completely nix it. So that should be a little interesting. So they're also going to feature back buttons.
Wait, but back what?
Back buttons.
Oh, I think it's back buttons. So I'm like, where are you going with this
bad
controller?
buttons. It's like you got the good buttons. It's like the triangle and the square, but the bad buttons, that X, that's a bad egg right there. So some may actually remember that there was an add-on attachment that could be used with the DualShock 4, but this is stepping it up a notch with being fully integrated into the backside of the controller. Yeah. So we'll see. So I guess it's more just kind of getting into maybe like hey, we want to make a controller from like a gaming mouse where it has 17 buttons, so you can be fully immersed in whatever you want to do. And the last thing with that is actually you'll be able to program your own profiles and setups and switch between them in like a blink of an eye. So there's almost like going to be like a function. Like it almost looked like a slider, like on the very bottom of the controller. So you can just go from, your fighting games, and then let's say you're going over to a racing game, you can click it to function 2, to maybe then you're going to first person shooter, so you're going to switch it to function 3. So interesting concept. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, it should be fun and probably fucking expensive.
Probably, but I'm thinking this is kind of maybe like the device that they had before for consoles to try to fight against the PCs, like, and I'm thinking of Modern Warfare, like aimbot type stuff, where you could actually program stuff ahead of time. Mm-hmm. So Sony's maybe taking themselves to say, hey, don't go buy that third-party developer thing. We're going to put it into a controller you can actually use to kind of customize type things too. So
right,
kind of interesting on how they're actually doing that. But at the same point, I'm like, it's like Madden all over again. Like, just play Madden and you just know the plays. Then you had to learn how to call it audibles, not just for the quarterback, but for the line and how to move safeties and linemen. I'm like, can I just fucking play a game right now?
Can I just take the snap and throw the fucking ball?
Yeah. Now that we're about this dial, is my dial set at the right spot?
Oh man, I was at a quarter turn, not a half turn. Fuck it all up. Where's my center run off?
I feel bad for all the people that have the kids out there. Like, don't touch that controller. Don't touch it, because when the kids are going to move the controller, somebody's going to be like, "Did you adjust my dial? Did you adjust my dial?"
Yeah. It's like someone touching the thermostat. Who touched my button? God damn it, Jane! I told you leave the kids away from my PlayStation controllers. Just an angry middle-aged man yelling at his kids over a video game controller.
Some story out of Southwest Arkansas. Some guy shoots somebody because they touched his controller. Yeah, you don't know.
Give it time.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, because if it's going to happen anywhere, it's going to happen in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy white people. What do you
expect?
And
it'll be at a Walmart. So.
Yeah, probably will. We call that the Friday night out. I take my lady and we get some Annie Ann's. It's the fanciest one in all 50 miles. Alrighty. And last but certainly not fucking least, Modern Warfare 2 will also be implementing the same SMS Protect system that already has some Overwatch 2 players none too happy. So, Battle.net or Blizzard, whatever the fuck you want to call it, stated that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, newly created Overwatch 2 accounts, and newly created Call of Duty Modern Warfare accounts will require a phone number. They say that this is to help ensure security on existing accounts and help crack down on dummy accounts, as they're getting DDoSed and whatnot. So, their systems seem to be super secure. I know, two separate things, but still, come on.
Yeah, I mean, when I did Overwatch, I think I actually had to set the whole Battle.net thing. I think I did have to do a number. I know we were talking earlier. I think you said you may have not had to do that. So I think they kind of backs up a little bit. But I'm like, it was tedious trying to get all that stuff in there. I mean, it was more pain in the ass just kind of sitting there going through the buttons, all that kind of stuff. And again, it's like, can I just play the game? Can I just play the game?
Right.
But
exactly.
I think for them on a security type aspect, but I'm like, then I thought in my head, like, now you got people going to have burner phones for PlayStation, for Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to give you a regular phone and your personal information. Like, I'll just get a burner phone. Like, if you're one of like Timid Tatman or Wade's Big Eyes and Streamer, you're not going to give your real phone number for something. You just get like a little cellular one type thing you can go, or Cricket or whatever, and just use that for the gaming. Yeah, exactly.
Have your wife asking, it's like, what's that other ringing? It's Blizzard, I swear.
Yeah.
That's your good boy phone and your naughty boy phone.
Oh yeah.
But however, this already seems a bit flawed because people using prepaid phone numbers or VoIP numbers have not been able to gain access to the game. So reading up on some of it, I did see that Blizzard did make a change to the system. So only Overwatch accounts that have been created after the launch. But that's where it kind of comes up for me. It's like, all right, well, Overwatch 2, it's a free-to-play game. Okay, so if you're asking something of that, if there's some glitches, you didn't pay anything. Modern Warfare 2, on the other hand, you're paying money for it. And it's not like back when we can buy games for like $50. You're paying like $70+ for a game. So people are going to have to be really aware of this when they go to make a purchase. It's like, am I using the right cell phone carrier? Can I actually get on to play, or did you just get $70 worth of, I would say a paperweight, but the majority of it's digital anyway. So you can't even put a fucking game case on something to hold your papers down.
Really... Yeah, that would actually really suck. That would be a big issue there, but it'll be interesting to see. I actually had pre-ordered for Modern Warfare 2 and looking forward to it. I enjoyed the beta. I'm not one of those some of those players are going, I can't see the red dots. I don't know where you're at. I'm not going to actually hunt you down like it's actually warfare or something. Yeah, there's no hits. Actually go out there and do something. Play the fucking game. That's what you got to do. Play the game.
Yeah. You go do it.
Yeah.
You go do it.
Everything's kids. It's not going to just hand it to you. I started out with one button and one joystick. And look where I'm at now. So work your way up.
We all exactly.
Kids are spoiled nowadays.
Back in my day, I got 4 pixels and I loved it.
Yeah, I started with a paddle. You know what a paddle is? I started with a paddle.
Exactly.
Hitting a fucking ball. Not even a ball. This little blip across the screen back and forth. That's what I started. Yeah.
You know what the cutting edge audio was?
Yeah. You have to stand on the alligator's head before and not fall into the lake. It's pitfall. You can't fall. It's pitfall. You just can't do that. So
no, you can't.
Stop your whining about this new. You can't see the red dot. I don't know
exactly.
I can't hear the footsteps are too loud. They're too loud right now.
They're better than I can go. She said, "Shut the fuck up. Shoot a gun. Stop it. What's wrong with you?"
No time for this bullshit.
I got time for this shit.
I got time to bleed.
All right, good stuff. Well, hey, thank you as always for joining me on the news, my friend. I appreciate it. So that's going to wrap us up for the news. So let's head on over to Slothy for his Overwatch 2 review.
2 is finally out, and after sitting in queue for around 3 hours, I can finally say the game is pretty fun. Probably the most fun I had playing Overwatch in a while. First, let's start off with the tanks. Junker Queen is very fun, definitely leaning towards a more DPS role of a tank, but fun regardless. Doom as a tank is weird. While I think he's fun, he's not a tank. He almost has no defensive ability besides his block, which doesn't work. You jump in the block to charge a punch, but then your whole team is dead because you're not protecting them, and because you're more protecting yourself. It just feels weird. I think he needs one more defensive ability or rework of block that maybe fully blocks damage, not just like 75% of it, and I think it'll be fine. But overall, tanks feel so much better with the removal of most crowd control abilities, and them as being bigger DPSs on top of a bunch of changes. But the removal of a second tank still looms over the tank wall. I really do miss a tank synergy in Overwatch 1, but for every 1 out of 10 enjoyable, engaging tank games in Overwatch 1, 9 of them were just not fun whatsoever. But for Overwatch 2, almost every game that tank is fun, granted not as fun as that one really fun tank game in Overwatch 1, Overwatch 2 brings just a more consistent, fun tank experience in my opinion. And DPS feel much better with the removal of one tank, so it doesn't feel like you're just constantly shooting at shields. Yeah, that's about it. I got nothing else to say. I don't play DPS. And for the supports, because of the fact there's only one tank, it's less healing you have to give, which allows you to make more plays on support, which I always think is a good thing. But there's only one tank, which means there's no side tank to help you with flankers, meaning that supports a much more demanding war and requires a much higher skill floor because you're constantly getting dived by flankers. But I think supports are finally allowed to be, well, supports and not just healers, and I always think that's a good thing. And for the new hero Kiriko, she's a lot of fun. Being able to dive in the backline and teleport to your team is really fun. Moving on from the walls, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the battle pass, and how long does it take to get level 55 out of 80 to get Kiriko, if you're a new player of course. And in my 17 hours of playing, and completing most of the weekly and daily challenges, I'm only level 20 in the battle pass, which means if you were to play around 50 to 60 hours, you'll most likely be around level 50, and that can be sped up by the fact that I only have 20 out of 41 of the season-long challenges done, and only 5 out of the 25 lifelong challenges done. And in my opinion, that's still too long. If it was level 35, I think it would be better because having to play upwards of 50 hours in 2 weeks, because a new hero was in combat for 2 weeks, that's around 3 hours a day, which in my opinion is a bit too much. Because we all know Blizzard's ability to release completely balanced heroes that are not busted whatsoever. But at the end of the day, I think the main issue of Overwatch 2, and in my opinion its overly negative response, is that it's called Overwatch 2. While I think that's a good marketing tactic, adding 2 to something adds a certain level of expectations, for something more. If Overwatch 2 was called Overwatch Expanded, or Overwatch Plus, or Overwatch Storm Rising, like that one PvE mission, it'd bring the expectations to what Overwatch 2 is. A big update. And if you think about it like that, I think Overwatch 2 delivers. And what Overwatch 2 really is the PvE. I think the majority of the 3-year dev time was spent on the PvE. And even if it's just archives of skill trees, it'll be good. But I think it looks like it's gonna be even more than that. You can shoot off like a robot's foot and then it would fall over. You have Tracer's bomb as like a skill tree upgrade, where if you stick it on one person, it'll go to like 8 other ones. You have May's self-heal acting more of like a boulder so you can wall over enemies while healing. It just looks so fun, and I cannot wait to see more of it. But regardless if the PvE is good or not, when Blizzard are going to release a broken hero that takes way too long to unlock, I'm still going to play Overwatch, because I love Overwatch. As much as I say I hate Overwatch after going 0-5 on comp, I'm still going to play Overwatch next day, because no game is like Overwatch. I don't think any game is going to be as fun as Overwatch to me. And I'm just happy Overwatch is finally getting that content, and hopefully the PvE is good. And I hope this video doesn't age like milk, but knowing Blizzard's track record, it's a coin flip. Anyways, I hope you liked the video, and if you didn't, alright, cool. Bye.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Gil from Fandads. I'm glad to get the chance to moderate today. And of course, the theme of the day, the game of the day, is Overwatch 2. So we're going to be talking about that. So let's get to it. Let me bring in our guests. We've got Rod today.
Hey, guest of another
Rod.
guest. Hey.
What's going on? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Then we've got Panda.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? I think this is Panda's second table in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome.
Number 2.
And then we've got the godfather of this whole thing, Greg. What's going on?
What's going on, Gil?
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot. We're going to talk some Overwatch 2, I guess.
Yeah, Gil, I want you to tell everybody how your Overwatch weekend was.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's say that it started by not having much of a weekend, right? I kept posting you guys. I was stuck in queues. I couldn't get in, and then finally, when I do get in, right, what happens? That I get in, and you get kicked out, right? That happened a few times. Then there's a situation where you have to merge accounts too, right? So that was a cluster F2, right? Trying to merge the accounts, and that not going through. You can't access all your heroes. And then at some point, I was able to buy the battle pass, just to not be able to play the game again for 12 hours or so. And then finally, I get in to play some time, and a third of my heroes are locked. So yeah, now yesterday it was finally seemed to be running smoothly, but of course now it's the work week, so I don't get time to play. But yeah, other than that, it went swimmingly. Real quick though, and something I did like from Slothy's video, which was like hit the nail on the head, was that I still love Overwatch, right? I hate it. I'm so mad at it, but it's like a total, first world problem. But when I got in there, I was playing with my cousin, playing with my, brother, and it's fun, right? Once you're actually getting the play and you're playing comp and you're in the thick of it and like you forget about all that other stuff, it's still a great game. So, but I'll pass it to you, Panda. What do you think? How the launch went?
Yeah, for sure. I can agree with you. Like, I love Overwatch. Even when I'm flipping yelling on top of my lungs because our flipping Mercy just died for literally no reason by trying to battle Mercy. But no, Overwatch 2, yeah, I don't know. I really like the updates. I don't know, just the updates for like tank wise, especially because I'm a tank main, so I play tank. And then yeah, tank wise. Sorry. Because they get more like HP, so it doesn't feel like the DPS is just like lasing you down like in Overwatch 2 if the healers are just not healing you wise. And then what else they added? Oh yeah, the battle pass. I think they got some backlash for that for sure because they're like, well, why you buy a battle pass? Like, why you're just trying to get money or something? Cash out. But I don't know. I feel like everyone else is doing it, and I think it was a good move, because everyone's moving to free to play, battle pass, skin stuff. I still don't know about a $20 skin though, but that's not
They do
really.
it in Fortnite.
Right? Yeah, someone mentioned that they do in Fortnite. Other
Oh,
games
that is very true though,
Call of Duty.
and this is Blizzard, so yeah.
Right. Panda could tell y'all that I really pretty much I told them that this rollout was going to be bad. I said it like weeks, but I didn't
Yeah.
think it was going to be this bad, Rod. Like, and when you throw in the DDoS attacks, which is clearly out of their hands, that's what really, in my opinion, took it over the edge. I am, as y'all probably know, or maybe you don't know, behind the scenes, I'm one of the most critical Blizzard Activision people. I'm always slamming them in our chats. Everybody knows it. But at the same time, I had looked over at Slothy and Panda at one point during this, and I was like, I feel bad for these guys who are working this video game this week because again, on some level, you can't ever really predict the problems that you're going to have in a rollout. So everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. We've all been through our red screens of death, right, Rod? What was the old Xbox, Rod, where like they all shipped them and they were all like bricks?
Yeah, I didn't have like that. Hit me, but yeah, I didn't have friends.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying though. We've had these widespread launch disasters, so we're almost used to it as a community of people who play video games. We're almost like, all right, like we're ready for a certain level of shit. How about this? We're ready for this. But Overwatch and them went like that whole thing went like, in my opinion, I guess it always feels bad, right? You know what I mean? Like when you're, you know what I mean? It's like, you know how this goes, right? Especially like in sports, you're a sports guy. Like everybody has to be like the GOAT. Everything we go through has to, feels bigger than anything that came before it. You know what I mean? But this one really felt that way when you added the DDoS attacks. And I'm just like, man, they're losing a lot of money here. Because I mean, I know I'm a big Overwatch fan. Y'all know that. And I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I'm out. I'll wait. And then like they had these long ass. How about the long ass queues just to get into the game? It was like 40,000. And I was like, okay, 40,000. I can hang with 40,000, right? And then an hour later, it was like 300. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then, like Gil did, you would wait to the end. And you're like, yes. And it would count down. Then all of a sudden, you get that red bar. And you were just like, I was just like, man. But again, like Sophie said, Panda said it, Gil said it. I just love the game, so I stuck in. How did you deal with all this, Rod?
I mean, for me, so when I got it, some of my buddies, other buddies, they were happy about it. Like, yeah, it's coming out, blah, blah. So do the download. I had downloaded the night before, whatever was set to go. My thing did it to the PlayStation because it's always on rest mode. So it went in, just like Gil said, started getting with the queue, just like you said, Greg, started getting the queue. And I'm like, Blizzard, Activision, they just don't give a damn about free games because we've been dealing with stuff on Warzone with freezing of screens, hackers, all kinds of stuff. And what are you going to do? You're going to play? It's free. It's like it's free. It's like if you go to buy a beer and you buy the beer at the $1 cart, there's something up with it because it's in the $1 cart. This isn't even in the $1 cart. It's just free. Like, you're at your own peril for the most part. And it's just like, what the hell? So now that they got, things were better today when I played it. I played a little bit before the show with my buddies, got in with no problem. I'm down with the Reaper character right now. That's my guy that I'm using on there. I'm digging it. I think you're supposed to play as a team, but I'm a lone gun. So I'm just like, give me the guy with the 2 guns and I'm going out blasted. I'm just taking people out. So I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I like it. I'm still probably more of a Warzone type person, but anything with Activision on it and free, I expect shit to go bad off the bat. Just expect it to go bad. The Battle Pass thing, I didn't look at even buying or anything like that. And I just played through the Battle Pass and stuff. It may take forever, like Slothy was saying, but I'm like, I'm not throwing more dollars out there. I see how y'all trying to milk people out here for this kind of stuff. And if I can't even trust your stuff to work, well, I'm not going to throw dollars your way. It's not going to happen, son. It's like, would you give an extra tip to a bad waiter? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if you're not delivering, you get nothing. As Bill Rafferty said, onions. You're not getting anything out there. So that's just how I'm feeling. But I'm enjoying it. I'm picking it up. I'm liking it. So we'll see how it goes. But it's the first time I ever played an Overwatch game. So Overwatch 2 is my first time really getting into that series. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So let's go to, I guess, a little more positive, right? New heroes. Let's go, Greg. What do you think about the new heroes?
Before I get to that, I'm going to I want to show. This is Libations, right? Yeah, well, that's what I got right now is a Sierra Nevada Spring Break. As you see, I haven't even taken a sip of it yet, so I'm gonna go over here and grab it. But I just wanted to, the double. You jealous, Rod? Shut up. So anyway,
our executive producer extraordinaire here.
Pretty nice. Still's got a lot of its hop flavor, even though it's a summer beer. So I'll be sipping on this on the side. But I'm sorry, Gil. What was the question?
Let's talk about the new heroes now. So, what's your favorite hero? What's your thoughts on the new heroes?
So, my thoughts on the new heroes is I need to pass it to somebody else because I'm a stubborn Turb John, Soldier, Bastion type guy. So I don't move off of those 3 guys. And then what they do? They went and took Bastion off of me. So then, like,
he's gone. He's out of here.
Right. And then Slothy was like, well, Bastion's got problems. I'm like, okay, so if somebody's in a hospital, there's a code that you don't talk bad about them. They're in a hospital. Will you just let them recover? Bastion is in a hospital. He's hurting. They had to take him out of the whole thing. So don't be rude to Bastion. Damn, I got it. These kids, it just never ends, Gil. I don't even know what to say.
Anyway, man, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
support a little for Bastion.
Right. So, and then Sophie's like, well, Bastion's a robot anyway. He's not a human, so you don't have to give him this name. I was like, man, this is a tough crowd, Rod. Tough crowd. But anyway, though, my real quick take on the new players is playing against them is really more of what I've gotten. And Sojourn seems like she's a badass. Junker Queen seems she seems weak. I'm not sure how Junker Queen is. And then who's the spear trucking?
Oh, Kiriko?
Yeah, healer. She seems pretty cool too. I think overall they seem pretty cool, and it seems like people are playing them. So I'm excited about that. And then I don't know if I can comment on the maps real quick, or we want to do that differently.
Do next. Let's let them get a chance to talk about their heroes.
Okay, go. Yep. I'm sorry. Who's next?
Go ahead, Panda.
Okay. Kiriko. Let's just start with the newest one. Kiriko, the healer. I don't know. She's pretty nice. I like how she has shuriken, so she can do DPS. They've been making like DPS healers. I don't know if they're trying to make it so like obviously DPS people can start playing healers because not that many people want to play healer. It's kind of tough out there. But I don't know. I like her. I really like her that she could just like go into the back line like Slothy said and just dash out, just be like, no, I'm out. I took enough damage. I'm out. I'm going back to the team. And then she has 2 new abilities, I believe. She has this like flash thing that she throws on the ground. It lasts for 2 seconds. It negates like everything. So if you get stunned, it negates it. If you get like anti-nated, it negates it. it's honestly pretty. she's pretty OP, not gonna lie. And then her ultimate ability, that is something. She spawns like these flipping like gates or something, and then flipping they start like having more movement speed, and it's just really OP, especially with Bastion. Like Bastion now can go into a turret form and start moving around and like shooting people. That's just insane. But her shurikens are pretty hard to hit. It's kind of hard to get value out of her, but if you can, you're just gonna roll people. Like it's crazy.
Rod?
Yeah, well, for me, they're pretty much all new,
All
new.
right? So, but I will say, I mean, the majority of the time, I think I tried one person outside of Reaper, and I was like, I don't like this. Got to go back to Reaper, and I kind of dug in. But I will say, I don't know what character it is, but we played tonight. I had one character that was kind of whipping my ass. I finally was able to get them down. Whoever the character is that throws the Chinese stars, that's a badass character. That quick
Genji?
is that
Yeah, it might be
quick and everything.
Genji or Kiriko.
Yeah, it's whoever
Genji.
it is that they're quick as hell and trying to nail them down. Yeah, that's a
No,
pretty
it's
cool,
Yeah,
not.
that's
cool
Genji
character.
for sure.
Yeah.
Genji is
Yeah.
with the new
Yeah.
update. If they get elimination, they move faster and do more damage. So
Yeah.
if Genji can get one kill and he's still in the back line, it's kind of
Yeah.
over. Not really,
Yeah.
but
Rod, you're just
he's a
like,
menace.
I got that.
'Cause he
ass,
can-
though.
he can
I
walk
got,
line, he can double
I
jump.
got that ass. I'm just saying, it took a
Oh,
while.
okay,
but I
okay.
got that ass.
As far as the new characters for me, I'm kind of digging Junker Queen, right? I know she's hard to play, she's kind of tanky, but she kind of does, if I'm not mistaken, kind of like bleed damage, right? So you'll hit her
Yeah.
with the knife and stuff, and like it'll start dying over time. So all of a sudden, I'll have like a 5-kill streak, a 6-kill streak, just from dipping in and out, shooting, and then coming back in. So I don't know. I'm kind of digging Junker Queen right now. I mean, like Rod Reaper is usually my main, or a soldier, but coming back into it, Reaper, I can't play him. I don't know if they nerfed him. I don't know what it is. I just can't play. So usually I've been doing soldier, and I do play a lot of Mercy just because my cousin plays Farah, so he's like running that pharmacy. You guys are familiar with that, so we run that. But yeah, I mean, it's all coming back to me, man. The Overwatch. So I guess the last thing we're talking about is the maps, and I know Greg's chopping at the bit, so let's go maps.
The maps are fun, man. That's really what I missed as far as, or really what frustrated me about Overwatch, the regular one, was they just stopped making maps at some point. And I just love the maps because you can, the flanking and just the detail that they put in. I understand it takes a lot to make a really good map. I got it. I mean, but at the same time, at the end of Overwatch 1, I was like, y'all just letting us down. Like, at least just give us like one map a year or something, a little bit. So when they came out with these new maps, and then you have that push pull, which Gail, I want to at least talk about a little bit, that new gameplay where you push the robot and he runs, and then the intricacies of that is just really cool as hell. And you can tell that somebody's actually, at some point Overwatch just went on like hiatus, it felt like. And the reason it does, any Blizzard Activision people are watching, this is why it's because of GT5. GT5 is continuing to be upgraded and continuing to evolve as a game. People see that, and then they want Overwatch or their favorite game to kind of emulate that. Meaning, until y'all come out with y'all sequel, please still be giving us, even just the fans who are still there, even if it's just 5,000 of us a day, give us something to keep us going here. And GT5 does a really good job of that. I suspect that I'm not a Call of Duty person, Rod, but I suspect that Call of Duty does a bad job. And the reason is because every 2 years they got a new game, though. Or every year they got a new game, or they got expansion packs, or they got I'll let you ride. I'll finish right. I'm just saying, like, that's where Overwatch kind of lost me. So I hope that Overwatch 2 keeps on there. They have a schedule, and I hope they keep a schedule of releasing new things for us to play. And we will be here regardless of all the fuck ups that y'all do. We will still be playing this game. We will. Just give us more content and let GT4 be your map, like your roadmap. Give us more fucking content. Yeah.
Okay, Rod, I'll let you retort.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if you want me to go into it, now, but yeah, to Greg's point, that's the thing with the Call of Duty series that you did have each one. You had the Modern Warfare, you had, last year was the Vanguard, you had the World War II, you had all these other ones that come out every year. Somebody at Activision, at least on the Modern Warfare side, finally fucking woke up and they're like, you know what? Instead of us just fucking making new things every year, why don't we just continue the series and add new DLCs and do new maps? So next year, the talk is now, instead of them coming out with one of these other ones, they'll be building off the Modern Warfare 2 going forward.
Yes.
So you'll have new maps and stuff. So when you go to pay your $50 or $60 a year, $70 a year, whatever the cost may be, it'll actually be an expansion from that. Kind of like you're saying with the Grand Theft Auto, right? So you're kind of building out more storylines from those same characters. It's about freaking time. I don't know what took so long for people to realize this, because, when's the last time somebody said, I feel like playing some World War II today? Nobody ever plays after the fucking next game comes out. Nobody ever goes back into it. Nobody goes back to these other ones, and we got all these fucking cases like behind that PlayStation 5. I got 5 or 6 Call of Duty games that just sit there for the 4 that I never get to. So it's just like, keep building out what you're building. You got a great thing, and you got people are going to look forward to playing it. Just keep working on it. Keep building it forward. Just like Rockstar did Grand Theft Auto. And how long did they take 5 out now? It's like, 10, 15 years or so? And people will still have to play it because they keep giving you different things to exercise from your characters. Build your characters in that game and put them in different adventures. It makes all of it. I always want to think about it. And I got Black Ops 3, but the reason I play Black Ops 3 is because that had one of the best gun building games of the series, where you actually built your guns as you played through the game. So you had to find parts to actually put your gun together, which was actually pretty cool. I wish they would have that in more of the systems.
Wow.
But again, they all do different things. Like, hopefully they never make a fucking Advanced Warfare game. That was the fucking worst one of the series. Hope they never bring that shit back. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Jetpacks jumping all around, running on the side of buildings? Come on, this isn't fucking Warfare. Especially now we got people in the game that jump up and down. Like, nobody jumps up and down with the gun aimed at somebody. But yeah, we got people doing that anyway. We don't need Advanced Warfare to fucking make them even do more. That's me. I'll step off the soapbox now.
And real quick, I want to interject. They did say too that they're planning part of that DLC to bring back like the old school maps, right?
Yeah.
Like Hijacked, I think I saw, and Rust. Dude, just let me play on those old school maps. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Telling y'all, maps are everything.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the maps on Overwatch 2, I've enjoyed the maps I've been playing on Overwatch 2. I like them, so.
Yeah, they're overall good. The push pull though, I don't know. I don't want to jump on you, but the push pull map, some of those maps are they're brand new, and it's just I get lost really really fast. So like that's a good thing, because again I'm still exploring, and it'll give me time to you won't go through that fatigue, that video game fatigue where you're like, all right, this is the same shit every day. Like I need to find something new. You know what I mean? So as long as they keep it fresh. Especially with new maps and new players, I'm good. And yeah, I'm done. Yeah, Rod, you're a little bit spicy tonight.
I told you, I can do feats of strength or something here. I mean, we're just activists. We're also to put it out there. We got problems with Activision. We're getting them out on the table.
I was gonna say, is that from sitting in queue all weekend and stewing?
Wait till Wednesday. Wait till Wednesday. I'm letting it all out, son.
Why?
We're all in the part of Festivus where we're putting the grievances out there right now. So, yeah.
All right, and real quick, I don't think we got Panda to talk about the maps. Real quick, let's see. Here's opinion on it.
Oh yeah, the maps. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying the push maps. It's very interesting that like how they made 2, because they have to copy the map, so then it's like fair. They have to basically copy and paste it half. I don't know. It's very interesting that they made it like it seems different on each side, like with like different colors on the things and different like shops, but still make it feel like different throughout. Not just they flipping made half of the map and then just copied it over to make it thing. Yeah, and what else? What push map is there? There's New Queen Street, I think. New Queen Street. I'm enjoying that. That's really nice. I think it's the Canada map. That's pretty nice to play. What is her name? Sojin. I've been playing some Sojin. That's some nice sight lines for Sojin for sure. And I think that's it.
Right. Yeah, I mean I'm loving the new maps but there's always something nice, just like we were just talking about Call of Duty real quick, to go back to those old maps. Like remember your little spots,
Mm-hmm.
remember like going up these stairs, there's a good angle here. So I mean, again, I guess the final thought on it is like, yeah, this weekend we hate Overwatch, but I think we love Overwatch, right? It's like coming home again a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it for the roundtable this month. Next segment is Doug and Greg talking about Halo.
We got to work on a new segment transition, but that'll work. It worked for now. What's going on, Doug? I usually see you on Fridays, and it's Wednesday.
I know what's up, and you get to talk about my favorite game. Well, game, but show now with
Yeah. We know from our Friday stream you are a TV guy, or I should say a shows guy. So we're a video game oriented stream on Wednesdays, but you want to talk about your favorite game, and now it's one of your favorite shows.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about Halo, which was on Paramount Plus. So there's an interesting bit to this, is that like this is canon adjacent. So you have the Halo game, which is by the way, Victor, fuck off with your Halo Wars thing. I'm not going to talk about that because it's a shit game. But sorry. But Halo has this very it's not narrow. They have it's a massive world of what they built for the video game, and then they made a TV show, and the showrunner, who I believe her name is Kiki Wolfkill, which is a great fucking name. Kiki Wolfkill is a great name.
Yeah, for a writer,
How about
for
that?
a producer. Yeah.
So basically, they made kind of an adjacent universe show to what Halo is. So for instance, there's a show where Master Chief, you see his face, which is verboten on the actual Halo games. That is not something you've ever seen, ever.
Right.
Now, it's TV. You can't have just a fucking masked guy, like even with masked guys in like the Marvel shows, but you see parts of their face because you can get expressions out of it. So they use Pablo Schreiber, who really does a great job being Master Chief, which is not an easy build because Master Chief is a kind of very specific character in the Halo universe. And they have a Spartan team. And what's interesting is a few things that I find super interesting with this is one, they can't use Steve Downes, who's the original Master Chief voice. You can't use him because you're using an actor. Now, Pablo Schreiber does a very good job of approximating that. There's not the same timbre to the voice, but you can't help that you're using an actor. They did use the lady for Cortana, who's Jen Taylor. Jen Taylor is the voice of Cortana. She's the voice of Cortana if you use a Windows app where it's like Cortana. That is the same voice. But that is great that they use that. Some interesting inputs into it. They use Bokeem Woodbine as a person who defected from the Spartan program, which is what spawned Master Chief. And so that is not something that's ever been explored really in the Halo universe and the video games. Perhaps in the fanfic. I have not read all the fan fiction, so I can't speak to that. But what's interesting is they make Master Chief Master Chief is very focused on, I am doing this, and I'm very focused, and I'm going to do one thing, and I'm going to protect our universe. Whereas he has some questions in the show, which is interesting because it's not something we've ever explored in the video games. Like I said, fanfic might have been explored to some, so it's kind of an alternate universe to it. They also create a person named Makey, who is played by Charlie Murphy. Not the Charlie Murphy you're thinking of from fucking the Dave Chappelle show. Not that Charlie Murphy. It's a white British person. So it's about as far removed from the Charlie Murphy from the Dave Chappelle show as you can get. But she plays kind of a person who is of the same ilk as Master Chief. Yeah. So, but they are the same. They're connected. They're both connected to the Covenant's ability to read certain pieces of technology from the Forerunners. So, without spoiling too much, because it is greenlit for a season 2, they kind of, well, they get together and kind of consummate something that is a bigger piece of things. So they physically consummate it. But then things go wrong because you have Elizabeth Halsey, who is kind of the person who created the Spartan program, kind of severs that and kind of gets them apart because she doesn't want that, because her whole thing is the Spartan program needs to succeed so that she can continue to ascend to power. Which that's not unlike the Halsey in the video game. Halsey is very power centric, very focused on the Spartan program, but not quite to the extent that it is in the show. It is a nice view to take as an alternate, like slightly altered view of the Halo universe in a video game. You're going to find Master Chief questioning things, which isn't something in the game he does ever. Like, he does not question his route. He is very singular minded in his focus, but the show does not do that. I would say that if you like something, let's say you're not even someone who's versed in the Halo universe, you don't have to be. It's a good show regardless. Like, you just see a lot of conflict and different pieces to it. It's interesting because, like, the Makee, who is like the humanoid who goes into the Covenant realm, who's kind of considered a prophet, but not really. They're kind of using her. It is a good way to kind of make the show have conflict in that way. And then she meets Master Chief, and they have all kinds of they both can have the ability to communicate with Forerunner artifacts, which is not something anybody can do as a human. So there's a lot of really good elements to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what season 2 does. So yeah, Greg, questions or comments, because I'm just rambling.
No, it's cool. I looked it up. It's 9 hours to binge.
Yep.
So if y'all want to, y'all can probably knock that out on the weekend.
Yep.
And it looks like there's a future to it. So there's going to be more story to be told. I really like when video games get adapted to TV. I think it's great. But out of 5 consoles, Doug, what do you give it? 1 to 5?
I'm going to say 4.5 because I think they have some pieces they need to kind of be a little tighter about. What's great is they created some characters that are not in the video game realm at all, that are part of certain worlds, and they make them integral to how this whole story plays out, which is something I really appreciate, because when you're playing the Halo campaign, it's very focused. Whereas this is a bit more expansive, so you can kind of see stuff. So, yeah. Hey, Zach, fuck off. The Lakers suck. I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron stan, but the Lakers suck.
We're tough crowd here tonight on Libations and Lost Saves. Wow.
And then you just said Zach wanted to harass me, which I'm all good with.
Yeah. That was the second comment I know that you. Look, you're not even here every month, and you're telling all of our people that we're watching to fuck off, Doug.
People love to hate me.
I guess we're in this world where you just tell people what the hell's up, and they'll still stick around, right? I mean, that's
So I would just say about 4.5 out of 5.
4.5, 5.
I think I'm really interested to see where it goes. That's the thing, is like, first season, usually with any show, your first season is kind of setting your ground.
Sure.
To see where it goes.
Yep.
There's very few exceptions to that, but yeah.
4 out of 5 is pretty good for any show starting out, and so that's on Paramount Plus, y'all. There's many different ways to get Paramount Plus on the cheap. Look that up if y'all want to.
Yes, there is
to do that. So yeah, Doug will have you back to talk about Halo second season when it comes out. And I wanted to thank you for telling us about it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, because I'm stoked to talk about it.
Chill. Just hold on 1 second.
God, I love our transition music. It's fantastic. Holy fuck! No, you didn't, Gil. Best name ever.
That was my nickname in college. You guys were talking about it during the news.
No glove, no love. Steve, did you get caught in the Overwatch Q wars this weekend, or were you involved in that?
I made it really easy on myself and just avoided the whole fucking thing. But that's only because I was just like way deep diving into like podcast games that I had no time for anything else. Yeah, but what I can say is I can definitely resonate where you said it's like no matter what, we're going to stick with it anyway, because like the drive to actually play the game is going to supersede anything else. So I mean, I would have probably done the same thing if it was for something. I'm like, well, I can just let it. Yeah, well, yeah, you're dedicated fans, and who have time to wait to get into queue and maybe make a sandwich or three, or maybe a whole fucking Sunday roast dinner before you can
actually right. A like 24-hour sous vide dinner.
Yeah, exactly. All about the sous vide.
You said it, forget it, man. It's wonderful. Real quick though, Doug, you said something about in the comments that you played Overwatch. Have you played Overwatch?
Yeah, I have. The first one. I didn't play this bit with the Overwatch 2. I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but Bastion was my guy. That was my favorite character. And then they're like, nope. When it kind of was like saying, no, you can't play that. And like, here's the thing: I'm not a person gonna be like, I'm gonna play Overwatch all the time. But I like it. It's like a diversionary kind of thing because most of the games I play, I like very directional. Like I said, I'm going to play Halo, Call of Duty, and I'm going to play the missions because I want to be I don't like open world stuff. That's a little bit too many options for me. I'm not good with that shit. I'm a little too frazzled if there's like a million options.
Where do I go? What do I do?
But Overwatch isn't like Overwatch. You just jump in and just fucking pick a character and just go. And like, that's great. So yeah, I enjoyed it. And I didn't try the beta test that they did, but like I said, I did try the Call of Duty beta, which I thought was quite good. I didn't buy the last Call of Duty because I'm a campaign person because I'm 51 years old and my reflexes suck. So I want to go play missions where I don't have to worry about that shit.
Real quick, I got bad news. I found out what happened to Bastion.
Yeah,
can I share the screen?
Are you gonna show a video?
No, just a caption from the video. I'm sorry.
Fantastic.
Yo, Steve, I stepped all over you, Steve. What do you got going this month? What are y'all doing?
Don't sweat it, man. So yeah, this Sunday actually we're releasing our second to last of our retrospective series. So we're doing our PC game roundup, which that just started popping up so many different memories because at least 3 out of the 4 of us we just grew up with PC games. It's all we really knew. And then we will announce, as I usually do on the show, give a little sneak peek on the people who listen. Our actual game review that's going to be coming out on the 30th. We're finally visiting Elden Ring, which was what took up my entire weekend, past couple months of my life, because it's just like that. That's just a fucking juggernaut, dear God. And I suck at Souls games, so that was a grind for me. But you'll hear some opinions in there, and it's stick around. That one's going to be a long one.
Elden Ring, I've heard, is like something you just bang your head against the wall for like 5 hours and you try to do shit. So
that's about right. Though I will say
that sounds not fun.
There you go, Gil. It's something where you just have to like, all right, I just love pain and torment, and as soon as you die, it's like I got to go back and get them, and then you die again, and then about 50 more times, but when you actually kill that boss that's been whooping your ass back and forth for the past 3 hours, it is so satisfying. but yeah, it's compared to the other Souls games, this wasn't as bad for me, but still, it's it'll kick your ass, take your lunch money, spit in your face, and then probably go make love to your mom afterwards. That's how it went. Congratulations, you have a new brother. But also, just want to promote that we are still doing our contest that's going until the end of November. So if you go check out our Facebook page, our Twitter, we put things up where a couple different ways to be able to enter, and you could enter to win a $50 gift card to an online game store of your choice, so like PlayStation Store, Xbox Marketplace, Steam, whatever you want. So we're just trying to give you money. And at least really cool news, just to kind of throw in, we actually just hit 100,000 downloads in our podcast career. So that was that was pretty cool to see. So anybody who watches this and also listens, hey, we appreciate you, every single one of you. It's awesome. Cool. So I'll stop indulging myself. So Doug, what
This thing.
Yeah,
This thing.
that thing right there. That thing. 6 years of love. It's been a while.
And 100 gazillion billion downloads. That's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still working a full-time job, so we'll see how that goes.
Speaking of 100 gazillion downloads, Rod. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on in your neck of the woods, Rod?
Yeah, so on the gaming front, so we still got 2 weeks out before Modern Warfare 2 drops. So kind of just messing around, still jumping in and out of Warzone. More recently, me and my buddies at Crew together over there, we jumped on Z League. So we've been doing Z League matches. If you guys haven't checked out Z League, check it out, where they actually do skill-based matching that you can do for Warzone or Apex and like 2 other games. I think they have 2 or 3 other games, and it's kind of cool because you go against other people that kind of fit your mold for your skill set. So it's kind of nice because online you don't get that, but they match it up through the results when you compete against other people. So probably on my channel, I'll be sharing some more stuff there. Started putting some more shorts out that I'll be dropping over there. Just did one on the FIFA soccer that people have been checking out. And on the Facebook page, actually, I've been dropping more news items and some other funny type stuff. So if you haven't checked out the Facebook page for Rod J Gaming, check that out. And I'm trying to get some more stuff out there for people to actually do that. And I'll probably throw some live streams here and there as well over on the YouTube channel. But just having some fun doing that kind of stuff when I can, and away from some of the beer type stuff and the reaction channel stuff that I do. So it's pretty hectic. I'm just juggling over here like a freaking circus clown.
Hey, just keep everything forward, man. You're doing it. Hey, Doug, what's coming up for you, my friend?
So for me, so besides our Brothers and Boo show, which we do every Friday live, which has been really super fucking fun because we have a crazy, weird assemblage of fucking guests that just go the gamut. We go all of, like last week we had a sex therapist on a show, and then in 2 weeks we'll have Manny Macias, who's a serial enthusiast. Like, we just kind of do weird shit in that show. It's fucking great.
He's a serial killer.
He's a serial killer.
Watch out, Rice Krispies. He's coming for you.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're going to do on the Daddy Porter network is every first Wednesday of a month, we're going to do show. Me and my friend Renee are going to do a show called The Cult Bar, which is basically us talking about cults, which I am endlessly fascinated with because I am just floored by people who get drawn into cults. Which is going to be great because my co-host Renee was in a cult. So it's going to be really great just to fucking explore that whole thing.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to do that the first Wednesday of every month. So just coinciding with all the Wednesdays of the month that we do on the Daddy Porter Network. We're going to be the first Wednesday of every month. And yeah, it's going to be fucking crazy fun just to
That's
fucking
fucked up, Zach.
I do have an AARP meeting. I am 51. I am an AARP. I pay for that shit because I get discounts. So fuck you.
Exactly. Why not? Utilize what you can.
Fuck you guys. I get discounts out of that shit.
Fuck you guys. I get 15% off at Cracker Barrel. What now, bitch?
And
Funny thing is, Doug's the young one here. I'm older than Doug, so.
listen, I'm a cracker and I don't go to Cracker Barrel.
Greg's face.
I go to Cracker Barrel. I love their preferences. Now they serve alcohol. They serve alcohol at Cracker Barrel. So yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, you only have to walk through the racist gift shop to get to the racist food. It's great.
But they stopped playing Dixie, so you know.
Oh God! I just went from red to red in about 20 seconds. That's fantastic.
Y'all crazy.
All right, and over to our main moderator of the night, Gil. What's going on with you?
So I have to follow Cracker Barrel jokes and serial killers and
I was gonna say, I'm glad I didn't have to follow that shit.
So,
Right.
what we got going on over at Fan Dads. We're gonna have Vic is actually not here because he's out at the Chicago Film Festival. He's watching some movies, so he's gonna have some reviews with that. Some maybe some interviews. We'll see how that goes. And we've also got just a couple reviews coming up. I think for one of the games that we got was World Series Little League Baseball. I don't know anything about it. Victor's gonna play it. It's a new game. Yeah, exactly, Steve. I don't know anything about it, but we're going to have that at some point on the blog, on the website, whatever the cool kids are calling it these days. And yeah, that's we can find us at at Fan Dads everywhere.
All right, very awesome. Panda, what do you do?
No, I don't. No, I'm just making some more content with Slothy on Triple L. Nothing really new. Just been working on that. So.
All right.
Well,
hey,
the usual.
I gotcha, and definitely appreciate it, and actually having you on and getting you like 2 months in a row. That's pretty cool. You're becoming a staple, young man. Good job, actually, but no, really good job. All right, and to the granddaddy that brings all this together, Daddy Porter, Mr. Greg.
We got our Friday stream. We got Thursday night spaces on Twitter. I am this close to announcing another new Twitter space that I'll be doing on Tuesday nights. So, Doug, I'm sorry, Rod, opposite of our weeks on Tuesdays, got another Twitter space coming for you. Rod, you're going to be very interested, but I can't say anything just yet. I got like 4 more days. I have to keep my mouth shut, and then I can start screaming about it.
Yeah, Greg's got 50 things going on all the time. Like Greg has a million things going on.
I need some.
So Doug said Daddy Porter Network. So when do we start getting media credentials? That's what I want to know. Like, are we like
right.
Hey, I would like media credentials. And I can go
That's what I want to know too.
I'm all in.
Rod, this is why we keep you around for these great ideas. Right.
I'm here with the Daddy Porter Network. Daddy Porter
Yes.
Network. Oh,
Daddy
okay, right up
Porter.
here.
We're going to
My press pass. Yes, I'm here for a reason.
DP
Panda, we need to jump. We need to run up on one of these Comic Cons and do this.
Hey, real quick, I'm just going to add this. Throw this out there because Victor actually has a lot of luck doing that's what he's at right now. He's got a press pass for the film festival, the cons here in Chicago. So I mean, just go for it. You got nothing to lose, right? Try it. Sign up for the media ones. Just all they can say is no, right?
There you go.
Okay.
And then
also Gil doing the fucking Halo Wars for Life. Fuck off. That game sucks.
I love you, Doug. That running joke has been like
Doug
for years.
He has not been on the stream for months, and he comes back so angry.
not like he's provoked or anything.
I come back angry. Insulting me with a shitty Halo Wars game.
I think the other Charlie Murphy would have been awesome on Halo. I'm just saying, So you're Master Chief. So you're Master Chief, huh? You're Master, that Charlie voice.
That's good. Smell like bitch.
Just pay the man, right, Rob?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I guess it's time for us to get out of here, right?
I think so. Gentlemen, thank you so much again. It's always
Cheers,
awesome getting to spend some time with you guys, and then get to share all our fucking nonsense with all the viewers and listeners. But make sure to join us on November 9th for our next volume of Libations and Lost Saves.
See y'all on Overwatch.